Hello, and welcome to Old Toy, New Joy, the show where I share with you my previously enjoyed toys I purchased from online sources, thrift stores, and collector shows that once belonged to someone else. Today, I thought it would be fun to talk to you about finding rare Hot Wheels hiding in thrift stores. And so I have 1, 2, 3 baggies of die-cast cars I recently purchased from my local thrift store. And this is how I often find the Hot Wheels and Matchbox and Lesney and Corgi and the like that I collect. And I often refer to baggies of die-cast cars and Hot Wheels at my local thrift store. Well, this is exactly what I'm talking about. And so today, we're going to open up these baggies and see what's inside. And I have not opened them yet, but I did take a peek. And I'll explain why I purchased these particular baggies, because there's still 100 on the wall that I did not purchase, of course. So let's get started. Okay, so first I'm going to open baggie number 1. And it looks like there are exactly 5 die-cast cars in each baggie. So that's how they're packaged in these days. Sometimes it's not always that consistent. I'm going to lay them out and identify them. Okay, so first of all, let's start left to right. This guy here, I see these all the time, and I am not a collector of these myself, but I'm sure there are people out there that do collect them. This is a Disney Pixar car. I'm not sure which character this is. I'm not that familiar with the movies. I've seen them bits and pieces. To me, it's not worth anything. It's not why I purchased this baggie. But again, I see them all the time, and as soon as you see a car with eyes, you know it's from the movie Cars. This is nice. This is a Hot Wheel. This is a it's a 2015 55 Chevy Bel Air Gasser. I believe this is a Kmart exclusive, and it's very similar to this blue 55 Chevy Gasser from just a few years earlier. Same body, same wheels, just different paint job. And next we have this Maisto Lamborghini Diablo. And Maisto are like a cheaper die-cast car manufacturer. Often their cars are kind of weird, you can't tell what they are. This is clearly a Lamborghini. It's not bad. There could be people out there that collect Maistos. I do not. And then we have a Kenner Formula One race car. And I forget sometimes that Kenner made die-cast cars at one point. This one is from 1980. This one's from 1980. And I actually have another Kenner car from 1980. I really like this. Very futuristic. Chrome. That's also from Kenner. Same year. I'm not sure how many cars Kenner made. I don't collect them. But I do think they're cool and they're vintage, so that kind of qualifies for me. And this is the one that I was after. And I've dedicated episodes of Old Toy New Joy to these before. This is a beautiful 1969 Hot Wheels red line Indy Eagle in Spectra Flame Red. And this is why I purchased the baggie. And this is our rare Hot Wheel. Now, for a red line, the Indy Eagle is not a rare model, and red is not a rare color. There were many different color variations for this car. But as a Hot Wheel goes, I do consider red lines to be rare, especially to find them in thrift stores. Considering that this car is an antique, it is over 50 years old, and it's hiding in a baggie with cars made as recently as 5 years ago. I do consider it to be a rare car. And you need to understand how they're packaging these cars. They are not employing people at these thrift stores that have a great deal of knowledge about toys. Toys are not a big business to this particular thrift store. They are a for-profit store, by the way, even though the toys were donated to them. And the toys donated to them come from all different types of people and different generations. I mean, they're in the hands of a collector now because I purchased them, but up until that point, these toys represent as many as 4 different generations of people who donated their or their children's toys to this thrift store. I mean, we've got a child who was probably born in either the very early 1960s or the late 1950s, somebody who was born probably in the mid-late 1970s, and then some people that were born in the 90s and the 2000s. So many different variations represented here. And while they probably make 5 or 10 million of each of these cars now, back in the 1960s, I'd be surprised if they even made 100,000 of this particular car in this particular color. So it is rare. And the people who package them don't know a great deal. They just see 5 die-cast cars and throw them in a baggie. So you're not looking for a baggie of all Redline cars. You'll be lucky to find any Redlines. It's been a couple of years for me. You need to take a look at that baggie and know what to look for. You're looking for the shiny paint. You're looking for the Redline wheel. You're looking for this kind of a base. It's a metal base. It looks sort of worn, as opposed to something like this, which is plastic. Often they're black now. Sometimes they're chrome as well. But the wheels are very different, and the paint is different, and the model is different. It just looks like a modern Hot Wheel. And I will open up baggie number 2. Okay, so here we have a 2016 Volkswagen Golf. I don't really like the white wheels and tires myself, but I'm seeing that more and more with the Hot Wheels. This is a 2010 Hot Wheels Scion XB Race World, where they've built a transparent body and you can see inside. Here we have a majorette. You can tell by the bottom there. Upside down. Go. And this is a Porsche 996. They also made a Porsche 911 in yellow that year. This is why I originally was drawn to the baggie, because I knew exactly what this was right away. This is a 1982 Hot Wheels Ford Bronco. I had one as a kid that I loved, and I recently got one again because I lost the one I had as a kid. This one is missing the chrome dirt bike in the back, but I've always liked this vehicle. And then I noticed, oh, there's something even better. Here's our rare Hot Wheel. This is a 1969 again, Redline Hot Heap in green. And unfortunately, it's missing the innards, which is basically a seat, and I think if I remember correctly, there might be a dashboard and a steering wheel too. So it's missing the inner part. It's in green. Paint job is good. I have one already. This one's blue, also missing the seat. That's common. They just kind of basically unsnapped and fill out. But this one's missing the engine too. This one at least has the engine intact, the chrome engine. There you go. And you know, I was saying that the people that package these aren't really educated on the die-cast car and the Hot Wheels and the car, and that's fine with me because once somebody who's packaging and pricing gets wind of something that might be collectible, I find they kind of go nuts, put them behind glass, stick a $20 price tag on there, and don't really understand why they're pricing it that way. So I'm more than happy for them not to exactly know what they have, and for me to have to search it out and use my resources and find it, on the wall. And now we'll open up baggie number 3. Okay, so first off we have, I believe I have this already in the package, I think. This is a 1999 Hot Wheels GT40. I've always loved the GT40, so if I ever see a GT40, I definitely get one. Plastic base. Beautiful car. I prefer this car in the Gulf colors with the light blue and the orange stripe, but that's very nice nonetheless. This is, yes, a 2002 Hot Wheels Sinistra. Kind of a crazy design. Not really crazy about it myself. I don't like those kind of wheels, but you see them more and more now. But I can see some kid thinking that's cool. Again, here's one of my favorites. This is the Ford Bronco again. And I think while the other one had a slightly better paint job, this one's got the dirt bike I was talking about. So again, I saw this in the baggie. And then I started kind of inspecting the baggie and saw what else was in there. I also noticed this because I didn't have one yet. And I do collect 80s Blackwall Hot Wheels, as you know. If you've watched the show, of course. This is a 1982 Turbo Streak race car. Fortunately, it looks like the axle's been bent. I found with these Formula One looking cars, kids, they're already low to the ground, but kids are always pushing them down and it bends the axles up. And so that's one of the reasons I was drawn to this baggie as well. And then I noticed this rare of the bunch, the rare Hot Wheel. This is, again, 1969 Lotus Turbine Redline by Hot Wheels in blue. So we got 3 1969 Redline Hot Wheels, obviously some Child Small collection from back in the day. And again, I hadn't come across Redline Hot Wheels in a couple of years, and how many baggies have I looked at in that time? So it is pretty rare. The only other place I see Redline Hot Wheels is collector's shows, and they're not cheap, and eBay, and they're not cheap. And if they are, you still have to pay a good 15, 20, whatever dollars these days in shipping, plus the cost of bringing it over the border, if that's the case, so export fees and whatever, and so it really does add up. And tax on eBay as well now. So if I can find something locally, I'm more than happy to do it. And here's Warman's Field Guide. I don't even know if they make these books anymore, but I have a few Hot Wheels guides to help me identify cars, and it's not about the price they list, because that really doesn't mean anything. Something is worth what someone is willing to pay for it. But I like the pictures, and I like the descriptions, and I like to know what's out there. Toy magazines and that also have all the variations of the Redline Hot Wheels over the years too. And so here's our Lotus Turbine. Red one in the book, blue one here. And it's, it's possible to find things in unlikely places. You just got to know what you're looking for and be patient and be diligent and not give up. So thank you for tuning in to today's episode of Old Toy New Joy and allowing me to share my rare Hot Wheels hiding in thrift stores. If you liked the video, please like the video, and we will keep them coming. In the meantime, I do encourage you to visit other episodes of Old Toy New Joy. You might find something that interests you, such as, well, Hot Wheels, Star Wars, wrestling figures, sports cards, transforming robots, Thundercats, Ninja Turtles, and much, much more. Until next time, this is your Toy Whisperer saying farewell from Old Toy New Joy.